Today we're going to talk about the worst neighborhood in Round Rock, Texas. That introduction video you just saw is not the worst neighborhood in Round Rock, Texas, but we will talk about what I think is the worst neighborhood in Round Rock, and we'll do that right after this. My name is Jeff Miller. I'm a residential real estate specialist here in the greater Austin area. I focus on residential buy and sell in Austin and all the great surrounding communities, and I have this YouTube channel called Living in Austin, Texas. When it comes to best or worst neighborhoods in any community, that's always open for debate. And obviously there are factors that go into that will be personal perception, but we are going to talk about what I think is one of the worst neighborhoods in all of Round Rock, Texas. Welcome to Glen Ellen, a subdivision located in the southern part of Round Rock, just on the border with Pflugerville, containing about 240 homes. And today we're going to go through what I think makes this one of the worst neighborhoods. First off, location. Look, when this was built, this community was completed back in 2018. When it was built, it had a neighborhood on the north side, a neighborhood on the south side, and then there was open fields. Now, those two neighborhoods are still there, but instead of open fields, there are warehouses on the sides of it. So for many of the houses, when you step out in your back porch, your backyard, you're looking at a giant UPS warehouse. Now, of course, in most subdivisions, amenities is a big deal, right? We want to know what the amenities are in a subdivision. Well, Glen Ellen has this park, and that's it, one park. No walking trails, no pool, no amenity center, nothing like that. Just one park with a little barbecue area and a tiny little playset. And of course, elevations is something that we always like to talk about in any neighborhood. Elevations are, some people know this curbside appeal, but elevations are the front of a house. When you look at what the front of the house looks like, that's called the elevation. In this neighborhood, there was just one builder, and there's only 240 homes, and there was a handful of different designs. So this neighborhood has a fairly generic look to it. Most of the houses look the same. Not everyone likes that. And the final topic, of course, when you're talking about neighborhoods and what makes it good or bad, in this case, which I think is a negative for Glen Ellen, is the rental rate. Builders in the recent history, very recent history, have put in 10% investor rate, meaning that if they're building new homes, they can only sell those homes, 10% of those homes to investors. Glen Ellen, when they were built, that wasn't the case, and they sold to over 40% investors. So Glen Ellen is made up of over 40% rental homes. It may even be a little higher than that because it's been around since 2018, but over 40% of the homes in this community are rental homes. It's not a knock on renters, it's not. There's a lot of renters who take better care of their homes than homeowners. But generally speaking, when you have a lot of rental homes, you have less upkeep done on the homes. Not just by the renters, right? Those investors buy the property and never see it or never come and see it. So you have rental neighborhoods have a look to them, and it's unfortunate, but there is a truth to that, which is builders started doing the 10% rule. They did not want to sell more than 10% of the properties to investors because they don't want to affect their future perception of their neighborhoods. Now, that being said, every neighborhood, even if you think of it as a bad neighborhood, has some positives about it, for sure. So we're going to talk about those positives. But before we do that, do me a favor. Click on that subscribe button down below and ring that bell so you'll get regular updates on everything living in Austin. And do me a favor, make a comment. Do you know Round Rock? What do you think is the best neighborhood in Round Rock? I will tell you, if you're interested, this neighborhood right here is one of the best neighborhoods in Round Rock. All right, what are the positives about Glen Ellen? Well, one of them is location. Oh, wait a minute, I just said location was one of the negatives. Well, it can be both. Because for some people, you're not going to care that outside your home, there's warehouses on surrounding neighborhoods. You know, the location of this neighborhood is good. It's in the south end of Round Rock. It's got major highways on all three sides of it. It's conveniently located to all the shopping that you need I think you can go any direction you can run your shopping. Conveniently located to schools. Yes, part of the Round Rock School District. So this neighborhood location-wise has great potential if those are things that are important to you. Also, when it comes to noise, it's a pretty quiet neighborhood. Maybe it's because there's not a lot of amenities. Maybe it's because of the high rental rate. I actually don't know why, but this neighborhood, the majority of people drive in their garage, the garage door comes down, and you don't see them out and about in the neighborhood. Yeah, there's some people out walking their dogs for sure, and there's some people who definitely get out, but in general, it is a very quiet neighborhood. And so if you like a quiet neighborhood, where you just come in, pull in your garage, you're not bothered by your neighbors, you want a good convenient location, then this neighborhood does actually have some positives for you. So at the end of the day, where you live, the neighborhood or subdivision you live in, it's all about preference. And so this neighborhood, while I put it in as one of the worst neighborhoods, to you it might be one of the best neighborhoods for the reasons I mentioned. So whether it's positive or negative, that's up to you to decide. So if I can answer any questions about this neighborhood or other neighborhoods in Round Rock, or if you need help buying in this area, feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to help you out. All right, you all take care.